To another Birds podcast, and this is a bit interesting, isn't it? Yeah, this is a bit exciting, isn't it? This is new. I don't think I've ever heard this be done before. So, all this week, the Minnesota Frost's social media channels have been, teasing something coming for Thursday, October 30. And of course, obviously with being on Minnesota Frost, obviously we're going to be literally like, what is this? What's going on? Yeah, what? I did try to check to see if this was a league-wide thing, so I checked across other teams' social medias. Nope, it's just us. Yeah. Because sometimes in this league where one team teases something, chances are the others, not too long afterwards, tease as well, but it's that same date and all that. But it's not. It's just a Frost-related news. So, the Minnesota Frost have unveiled championship jerseys to commemorate, obviously, our back-to-back World Cup titles. This has got to be a first, I think, for me in terms of sports. I've never, in all my years of being involved with T-Sports, I've never heard of championship jerseys being a thing. Now, me neither. No, never me have I heard of being a thing. So again, this should be really exciting, and this should be like another new thing that the PWHL does. To make us sort of stand out amongst the upper sports leagues. But I've looked at these now, and I've now got my own Frost jersey on, which you can see. Those of you watching on the YouTube, you can see I'm wearing my Frost jersey. I don't really notice much differences between this and our championship jersey. I'm all fine for doing a championship jersey, but it's got to at least, look different to your actual jerseys that you wear all the time in rotation. So I'll really ask go first. We're going to get a bit forced by it. Are we also expecting championship rings? Yeah. What did they say back in April we got our first ones? They said that we'll win the 2025 World Cup, they would immediately begin work on championship rings. Well, I guess they'll be out sooner. Okay. Right. Can't believe it took until April 2025 to get our first World Cup rings. Well, this way it's going to take till April 2026 to get our second ones. So the Minnesota Frost have unveiled the first ever championship jerseys in Professional Women's Hockey League history to celebrate the team's back-to-back championships during the 25-26 season. The jersey features the World Cup patch, which includes 2 stars commemorating the team's back-to-back championships won during the PHL's inaugural season in 2024, followed by the 24-25 campaign, which we just had. Drawing inspiration from the World Cup itself, the lettering incorporates a silver stitched down detail while the numbers are outlined in silver, a nod to the trophy's distinctive shine and prestige. That might be the only difference then. Well, we'll go straight into it in a moment. Okay, so this whole... So the jerseys will be worn into January. We don't have many home games in that portion. No. Well, we'll go for it in a moment. And will be complemented by an updated uniform look. Featuring purple helmets, gloves, don't, and pads. To be worn at home and on the road during the upcoming season. So yeah, this is going to be giving you a little bit of for those of you who have watched Ducks and Sharks games in the AHL these last couple of seasons, you'll know that those two teams in particular incorporate a full colour palette look. Now my Sharks did this first when we had our Evolve jerseys, and actually it worked quite well. And then of course last season Ducky did it with his new orange look. You two have yet to go full on colour scheme, haven't you? Well, what could we do? It's unique colour scheme. We just wear black. Yep, black and white is what we wear. Oh yes, if you two would just look like a standard jersey set, wouldn't it? There we go. So we got purple helmets. We got purple helmets. So that's going to be a first for hockey, because I've never seen purple helmets before. Yeah, we'll now. I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I mean, I've got a way of doing a full teal look for 3-4 seasons now. 4? Yeah, 4. It's fine. It has been an incredible run in Minnesota for our team, and we're excited to recognise the success of the previous seasons, said Frost general manager Melissa Castle. Our fans have embraced the Frost colours and branding over the last season, and this is a cool opportunity for them to join the players in a unique tribute to our championship seasons. Yeah, I will say, I think, yeah, definitely with the terms of embracing the colour scheme, I kind of felt more last season, I felt more happy with this colour scheme compared to what it was in the inaugural season. Well, purple's never been your colour. And I remember during the inaugural season when they rebuilt the colour schemes, you were really like, oh, do I want to like that? And I was like, say, well, let's hang on until we get the actual brand. Yeah. Yeah. And we got the brands last year. I think you were more towards the colour scheme than you did. And obviously now that I can wear it, I think this actually looks brilliant. And particularly love this. I easily can see, if we ever do get fur jerseys, I think a Labrador one has got on the cards for us. Yeah. No, so I definitely have embraced it more last season than I did in the inaugural season. But then in the inaugural season, I really did not like our jersey in the inaugural season. It was just too bland, it was too basic, and the colour, the shading for me wasn't really right. No, it was too dark. Yeah, it was too dark for me in that inaugural season, so I'm glad to see that has been fixed. Yeah, so the jersey is going to be worn on home soil into January. As Leia said, we haven't got many of that home games in that proportion. So I'll just run you through those right now. Okay, let me just do that. So we go to our schedule. So as you know, we open the season on the 21st of November, where we will raise our second World Cup banner, where we host the Toronto Scepters. Then I'm going to read you now the remaining all our home games between this portion, okay? So that's our first one. We then come back home on December the 19th. We'll be hosting the Boston Fleet. And then we'll host Ottawa Charge on the 21st of December, but that is a TBD at the time of recording this episode. And then January the 11th, we'll be hosting Seattle. Then on January the 21st, we'll be hosting the Montreal Victoire. January 25th, we'll be hosting the New York Sirens. And then the last time you'll see these jerseys will be on the 28th of January, which we'll be hosting Vancouver. That's our last couple of weeks. So that's actually in today's as well. That's not many home games, is it? Nah, no, it's only about what? Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Seven. So that's only 7 games you're going to see these championship jerseys on ice. In Aurora might not be in Minnesota because one of those is a TPG. Yes, our first home game against Ottawa. That is a TBD. That's our last game before Christmas. Would we really have a takeover tour game the last game before Christmas? Well, could do. Because also, I remember our game against Vancouver, which was our first game back from Christmas. That is also a TBD. Oh my god. Yeah. Wow, okay. Yeah, okay. No, so you're only going to have 7 opportunities to see the Frost in these championship games because we're going to be waiting up to January. And as I mentioned, our last game in January is the 28th, so we'll be hosting Vancouver. Notice how you've not been set to, you didn't say PHL set on PHL Vancouver. Yeah, I'm trying to prepare myself now for their brand reveals. Yeah, because we know they will be getting their brand reveals before the start of the season, even though they will not be wearing them until the following season. So I'm trying now to get my head ready to not say PHL Vancouver anymore, because very soon you're gonna have a team name. Yeah, you're gonna have a team name. Yeah. So what do you make of this idea? I think it's a great idea. It's just the problem I've got is it's too similar to what we already have. Yeah. I mean, I'm all for doing a championship jersey, got no problem with that. But you've got to make it something unique and like a one-of-a-kind kind of thing. There's no point just getting what the current jersey is, maybe changing the shades a bit, and then, you know, you slap a patch on and that'd be it. Because that's going to look like... Because that's going to look like similar to what you got. Yeah, and plus you could just easily make a patch, sell that, and have fans stick theirs on. Like, I know some fans do get Stanley Cup patches and put them on their jerseys. Really? Yeah. You do? Really? Yeah, okay. I would not want to do that to this though. Yeah. If they were to make patch available, I'd have to get it for something else, and so that one's like I would never want to muck about with this. Yeah. This is going to be staying as it is forever now and forevermore. Amen. No, I think it sounds like a really great idea, you know. And again, we made it no secret that this league is different to any other sports league in the world. We are not sticking to the status quo. No, we are creating our own rulebook. And that means that we do championship jerseys instead of championship rings. Even though we are getting championship rings. I know, but we could do it. And I think it would be a really fun idea to see what other teams, if they would want to do this as well. Because we know that World Cup is sadly one day going to leave Minnesota. We know. We know. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see, oh, is this just a Minnesota thing? Or would other teams want to do it? And if so, what would they do? That, I think, yeah, it sounds like an interesting concept to set down the line. And might give teams more of a centre to win the World Cup, because if you win the World Cup, you could then have an opportunity to maybe do something creative for the first portion of the following season and get, you know, keep that momentum and hype going. Yeah. Yeah. So I think it sounds like a good idea on paper, but it's just the execution of it. Right. Well, I'm now going to show you what the jerseys look like. And it will not surprise you that these are only made available through US and Canada's PWHL shops. Right. So, there we go. So this is the jersey. Okay. Oh, yeah. It looks really, really nice. I might try and get an image of it put on somewhere on the screen. I'll try. I'm not sure I'll be able to do that, but I'm just showing on my phone to these two right now. I think you should try and get one. You know how hard it was to get this. I know, but I'm just... But then we were part of this from the very beginning, so I think that it's only fair that we have a championship jersey in your wardrobe. Yes, get the point, but like I said, you know how PHL is with merchandise right now. Can we maybe get on the patch? Yeah, do you want to close There you go. I love that patch. Yeah, and I love how it's not got the ears. Because obviously, yeah, because we didn't do one for this last year. And so, I think it would have been a bit wrong if you put the year on, knowing full well that actually we didn't do it the following year. Yeah. Well, that helps be back-to-back champions, doesn't it? Yeah. It's like you can make up something you haven't done last year. That looks like a really good patch. And it looks like something that anybody would buy in the AHL to put on their studs. I know you don't want to do this. No, I would happily buy, if they made the patches separately, I would happily buy the patch. It's just I would not want to stick it on this, because this is too precious to me. Yeah. I'd probably want to get something else and to stick it on. Yeah. But that is a really good patch. It looks... Do we not think it looks a bit too bulky like the AHL does? No. No, I think that's a nice patch, isn't it? Nice patch. And I think maybe that's what you should do for the World Cup patches going forward. Because the World Cup patches we've seen are just so bulky. It just... Come out first season with Taylor Heights doing an interview pre-game. Yeah. And we saw the patch, it just went like down to here. It's like, oh my god. I was like, whoa. Yeah. Yeah, so I think maybe this is the kind of patch you do going forward for the World Cup finalists. I mean, I've never understood why in the championship rounds we have patches, but if you want to put patches on, then maybe make sure they're more practical. No, but I think that's a very good patch. So what do we think is different then? What is different? We're trying to work out what is the differences here. I think there's less white on it. So you don't know how your ski is poured? Right. The whiteness it's gone shorter. Oh, you mean this here? Yeah. You mean that's shorter on the championship jersey? Yeah. A bit shorter. So it extends on yours, it extends a little bit down to the arm a little bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But on the championship jersey, it just looks like a shoulder. Ivory. Really? Look. Oh yes, I see what you mean, boy. Yes. Yeah. Because on previous shows they've gone sort of a little bit. Yeah. Yo. Okay, that's a dip. There we go. We spotted a difference. Can we have a look at the numbering? Is it possible to look at the numbering? It is, yes. I will just do that now. This is the numbering. Oh yeah, with the numbering, the players they made like a silvery accent, trying to make it stand out. So that's broad. I think the white will replace with silver. Here, yeah, I think. Do I look it from the back as well? Yeah, I think they replaced the white with silver. So, along the shoulder, and then here, and then here. Yeah, I think everything that's white on this jersey you're wearing, the championship will replace it with like a silver accent, just to, you know, pay homage to the World Cup. The World Cup. I think it looks gorgeous. Yeah. So what do we do after January? We go back to our current one. Yeah. Yeah, so the idea is that from our opener up until January, so that'll be January the 28th for us, we'll be wearing these championship jerseys. Mm-hmm. And then the rest of the season, so that is March the 1st to April the 25th, and then depending on what happens in the playoffs, we'll be wearing these jerseys. Mm-hmm. Now, there isn't that much difference between this and the championship jersey, so you can get one with no problem. I think this is a really brilliant idea, and if the PWHL did not have shipping problems, as in not shipping to outside the US and Canada, I would be saying, I could get that as an early birthday present, or as an early Christmas present. Yeah, go in your stocking right now. Yeah. So I think the lady's right. Us three have been with the Frost from the very beginning. We've been with them from day one when they were just the PWHL Minnesota. So it kind of feels like if anyone's going to put a championship jersey in their wardrobe, it has to be us. Mm-hmm. It has to be us. You know, but do you know how it was quite tricky to get this ordered? Yeah. I'll try my best to see if it can be done, but we'll see how it goes. I'll keep a close eye out. If not, it's fine. I mean, we have got some championship t-shirts and that in my wardrobe, but it would be nice to maybe have this as well. I think it's a really brilliant idea. I think it's we've never seen teams do this before in sports. It's kind of always been, there's your banner, here's your rings, right, that's it, done. You don't focus on that anymore. You now just focus on what's going on the year ahead. But it's a nice homage to do. It's really nice to celebrate thing. I just don't know how I feel about wearing it more than once. Oh, you think it should be just for the banner? Yeah, for me, if you go have a championship jersey, then really it should really only be worn for a game. It should only really be worn on the night you raise the banner. So that's for us. So home play, November 21st against the Scepters. So, and after that game, we switch back to our actual home jerseys. That's the only thing. I mean, I don't mind them doing it because actually it's only 7 home games, and plus one of them might not be Minnesota because that one against on December 21st is a TBD, and it caused confusion about us three about how many times we were going to see Ottawa. I think it's a really great idea, and I think it's interesting to see if when other teams get their turn with the cup, what would they do with that? Would they want to do what we've done and create a championship jersey? Or would they just be, got the banner up, people can buy t-shirts and apparel. I think this is a really, really good thing, and I think it's really exciting. I can imagine now. What? I can imagine it's going to ramp up the emotions even more in this house on opening night. Well, because there'll be no hiding of the fact that we actually did win the World Cup again, because we're actually wearing championship jerseys. Are we definitely doing both games on that night? Yeah. Because you've taken us upping our coverage a bit too far. But we did have last year. We did have some nights where we were playing a game in the early evening in the UK, and then literally in the early hours in the morning there was another game on. Yes, but we were just thinking about you just try and get 2 or 3 of them during the week, not this. We'll sort that, but we're definitely doing both games on the opener. On the opening night. Yeah, okay, right, okay. That's gonna be exciting. Okay, so I think it's really, I just love this. I think it's when I said when I did the social media post, I was like, to tease it. Yeah, I was like, what could it be? I know, right? It's like, because obviously we're expecting Seattle, Vancouver to do an announcement to rebuild their brands, but for the Oracle 6, we kind of thought everything's sorted, isn't it? And then this happens, it's like, so, and then last night I was thinking, maybe it's championship rings, because they said all we do is win. So maybe it could be championship rings, But I did not see this coming. I did not see this coming. That is really brilliant. Again, it just makes the PHL so unique, because let's ask the question to the boys and girls. What other sports leagues do championship jerseys? Exactly. In fact, if you do know a sports league that has a championship jersey, put it in the comments. Put it in the comments. Because we talk about how the PHL is so unique when it does this, it does that. But let's put the money where my mouth is. So get us know in the comments if there are any other sports leagues that have had teams do championship jerseys. Let us know in the comments which league it was and which team did it. Okay? Because we think this is another unique thing with the PHL. So, might not be, but we think it is. So, just brilliant. I think I'm loving this. Yeah, I'm loving it. So, come on again. Who's seeing the jerseys? Okay, so it's pretty much everybody except. I think it's gonna be everybody except Seattle, or Maybe everyone gets a turn. Hold on. Right, so I'll read through it again. So I hope play against Toronto on the 21st of November. Then we'll wear these next on the 19th of December against Boston. We then wear them on the 21st of December against Ottawa. That's a TBD in terms of venue, location, and time. So that's a TBD. We will not see the Frosties again until January 11th. We will host Seattle for the very first time at Grand Casino Arena. Then we'll see them again on the 21st of January when we host Montreal. Then on the 25th, we host New York. And on the 28th, we see Vancouver. So I think everybody gets to see these at least once. Yeah. Oh! Brilliant! I just thought, is somebody going to miss out seeing these? But it's like, no! That's brilliant scheduling! Wow, hats off there to Minnesota! That is brilliant scheduling, because you're right, people, all of us, is one of two teams going to miss out seeing, isn't he? No! Everybody in the PWHL is going to see the Frost Championship jerseys once. It's just Ottawa might have the misfortune of not seeing these in Minnesota, because our home game against Ottawa on the 21st December, which as the lady said is our last game before Christmas, that is currently a TBD. We currently, at the time of recording this, do not know when, where, or when we will be playing the Charge on that day. Yeah, so Ottawa could be the only team that get to see these in Minnesota. But and I wonder if Charge fans will be thinking, oh, if only that was us. We could have designed one of these jerseys, we'd won it. Well, it's going to be a bigger insane to win the World Cup now. If you win the World Cup, you get to make a jersey. Yeah, I think it's I just love this idea. I think it's absolutely brilliant. And once again, the PHL just thinks outside the box and gives us something different. And it just makes us love this league just that little bit more. I mean, we know we are proud to be part of this league from the very beginning. And we've got more reason to be proud. I mean, what other league does this? What other sports league does this? Like, literally. Answer the postcard. Answer the comments. So I personally don't really notice much differences with these jerseys. I just mentioned how he kind of thinks this is a little bit short, it's just the shoulder. I think we need to wait until we get to our opener, see these bad boys in action. Bad girls in action, sorry! See these bad girls in action. And then we can then work out, what is not different, but that should be absolutely brilliant. And you need to get one. I will try, but you know how hard it is to get merchandise in the UK. I know. I know, but I just kind of feel you need to have one of these because you've been with this team from the very beginning. Yeah. I know. You've been with this team from the very beginning. You need if everybody's had one of these in their wardrobe, it should be you and all other Day One Frost fans. And what we mean by Day One Frost fans is you were there from the inaugural season. Yeah, that's what we mean in terms of inaugural Frost fans. You were there during the PWHL starter days. Because technically it was the same team back there, just we didn't have a name or brand. So yeah. I'll try my best. But at least I have a Frost jersey now in the wardrobe. That is what's going to make me happy. Because every single PHL game we're going to watch the season, Frost or not, we're going to be having me in these jerseys. So the fact I've now got a Frost jersey in my wardrobe is now fine. I'm happy with that. But obviously, yeah, you're kind of right. I mean, I'm thinking a championship jersey would be great. You know, and I can say then that I'm one of the few people who has a championship jersey. Because not sure many people have that. No. Yeah. I will try my best. I will try my absolute best. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how how it goes. My opinion is absolutely brilliant and sensitive, and we should see what other teams do in the years to come when they win their cup. Yeah. Would they want to do it? Is it going to be a Minnesota thing? Yeah. We don't know. We don't know. We will wait. We'll wait and see. But I think this is absolutely brilliant. Yeah. So, do you remind them again? First time we can see you, please. Yes. So the first time you'll be able to see these championship jerseys in action will be on our home pillar on the 21st of November 2025. We'll be hosted for our sectors. And that is a... Hold on. Midnight in the UK. Midnight in the UK. But for Minnesota time... 6 p.m. Central. 6 p.m. So it's 6 p.m. Central start time, midnight here in the UK. And then you'll get to see Frost in action in these shows for 6 more times in the run up to the Olympic break on the 29th of January. Yeah, so as per mentioned, that's going to be midnight our time here in the UK. And then we're going to be straight over after our game on that night. We're going to be straight over Pacific Coliseum for the battle of the newbies. The battle of the newbies. That'll be it's going to be a long night. Yeah. So 21st November 2025, 6 p.m. Central, midnight in the UK against Toronto Raptors. We will raise our second World Cup banner. That is, we'll be able to see these jerseys in action for the very first time. And after that, there'll be 6 more opportunities between then and the 28th of January to see these in action. Yeah, that's going to be really... It's just really exciting. It's just another brilliant thing the PWHL does to make itself stand out from the rest. And how brilliant, just to finish off, how brilliant that this new initiative, the first team gets to do it, is Minnesota. How brilliant is that? How brilliant is that? Again, we're just leading the way. We're just leading the way for the rest of the league.